recording this on what is for me a feel-good Friday. Can you see that behind my head? I have finally got the new fuse board. Now the good thing is not only have I had that done today, you see this? Oh look, 2 double sockets, double socket, double socket, double socket, double socket, no more extension leads. We have got a ring main put on to the fuse box. Means that now I can behave myself and stop putting extensions in extensions, which, as everybody should know, is dangerous. But I've done it for over the last year, and thankfully, touch wood, no issues. But now I can stop it. That's the important thing. Alright, so to give you a quick run through, 1 for 1 tank. That light I've put onto an Alexa plug. 1 for 1 tote. Obviously that heater's turned off because that's my water change heater. I got all the lights onto one, and that is for 1, 2, 3 tanks. Again, put onto an Alexa plug. You'll see I've also got a meter here as well to tell me how much it's costing, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. I've just plugged it in. Again, we've got 1 for 1 tank, and then we've got 1 for 2 tanks. The only things that's running on here is obviously 2 heaters and the 2 lights. But yeah, so far we're definitely getting there. We've got all our new plugs put onto a ring main, which is fantastic. Haven't put my shelf back up yet because the guy's coming soon to finish putting the shower into the main fuse box as well. So I've got 2 empty plugs there, 1 there. I got 1 plug running 2 tanks, 1 plug, let's turn that switch off, running that tank and the air pump. That plug is for this tank, that plug is for the lights for all 3 of these tanks. That's my heater for this tank, which is turned off unless I do water changes. That plug is for the tote, which I've just stuck the meter in to see how much it's going to cost me. That plug again is on an Alexa for this tank, and I've also got 1 plug for this tank, so I've managed to get rid of all the extension leads. That one I can't get out because I think it's stuck under the tote at the back, so that's going to be fun. I've also dropped a level on my shelving. I've tidied it all up. I've put a load of stuff up into the shed that's not commonly used, and it looks a hell of a lot better. Hooked my hoses up so they're a lot tidier, and I've replaced my Irish flag with my Union Jack. I know it's a bit of a rookie move, but you'll notice some of the guppies have actually lost their fins. I'm assuming the male isn't too pleased, so I'm going to have to try and get another tank for him to go in, because even if I was to put the guppies over to that tank, obviously we've got our beautiful male beta here as well. And they're all eating at the moment, but we've got a load more shrimps that you can see in here. But if you look on the back, the plants have also brought snails. Yay! Not. When I was sorting all the plugs out, you'll see on the filter, and don't know if you can because of the glare, but on this glass at the back behind the filter, there is a whole layer of eggs there. Don't know if it's the cories or the severums, but again, there's that much stuff in here that would eat them. I'm not exactly worried about breeding. Do have to apologise. Adam gave me that. I put it in, done a video, and then he gave me a bollocking because apparently I've put it in backwards. So I have got to get around to doing that. And obviously in here, these guys are all feeding as well. Look at that convict with a big chunk in his gob. In this tank, I've still got to do my water change and my top up. I think I might have to take this cave out because they've destroyed it. They've knocked the shells over, but in the meantime, they're all quite happy eating, and by the looks of it, they're using the 1 shell as a dish. Go on, eat off your plate. When it comes to the tote, if you'll remember when I did start it up, we had about 11 or 12 of the filament barbs. There's now probably 5 in there. So I think those slowly been destroyed. Look at the size of my Jag now. Absolutely stunning. Don't know if you noticed it, but my white Oscar, well, albino Oscar, is just at the back there. Comes out now and again. I think the Vieja, by the looks of some of them, are actually possibly breeding. There's one that goes pure white at the top and then jet black at the bottom, and is very protective over this plant pot. I have put some food in here as well, so it means that the clown knife can eat off the bottom instead of battering the top of the tank. And my parrot's still doing really good in here as well, so I'm quite impressed all in all with this tank. I still want to know what this fish is though. Any comments down below? What is it? I've actually got a good picture of the shrimp. Right, so the next day, that tank's finally been topped up. I'm now topping this one up, but I've got to go back to old school with the water changes, because for some reason my DIY thing doesn't want to work. Now, I've done a video on it all before. It used to work perfect, but lately this connection just won't stay on. I've tried the PTFE tape as well, but every time I turn it on, seems to be too much power, just pulls it back off again. I tried putting a 90 elbow on, having a tube come up, but obviously I had to put the hose into the tube because I've got nothing to connect it to that. So I've got to come back to square one with thinking that. So in the meantime, I've just had to extend the hose so that I can do it old school. I've also invested some money in one of these, so it's got the blade on, because I figured that when I got the Stanley blade, it cleaned the algae off easier. But this one, you can hear it scratching it, but it's not actually doing anything. The algae's still on there. Not that you can actually see it on the camera. Yeah, look, you see that bit of algae there? So I come up, bring the Stanley over it. It's just not even shifting, even with the actual pad, still there. Alright, so I've left it in, I've just pushed it back a bit. Obviously the top's still sliding off because they keep pushing it. Tank's back up, topped up. Everything's back to normal, thank God. I'm going to go and pick up a little tank for this beta because he keeps picking on the guppies. Yes, I know. They see the male guppies colourful, they want to attack them, etc. Some of them have different personalities. Obviously this one's got the arsehole personality. So I'm going to go and get a tank. But in the meantime, we're all sorted. All I've got to do is get a cloth and some Windex and clean this glass because it's all bloody minging. Alright, so I have now set up a little tank for our Dumbo beta. So I've got a, that's just temporary until I get a new tank. I've had to borrow it. And then in this one, the blue beta will be staying in with the shrimps. But all the guppies and that, I'm trying to get out to move over to this tank. You'll see I've already got a load of them in. But then there's probably about 2 or 3 that I keep hiding. So I'm going to leave them to get comfy before I can try and net them again. Tell you what, this little tank is perfect. Look at him. Little plant and an ornament just for him to hide in, and he's quite happy. I must say, going by the viewing ratings on my first ever educational video, that was a massive flop. So none of you seem to be interested in that one. I think there's like 59 views in 18 hours. You live, you video, you learn, each to their own. But if there is videos I can do that you want to see, let me know. So once again, thank you all very, very much for watching. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. If you're old and you still haven't, make sure you hit subscribe. But again, thank you to everybody that's watching, everybody that's subscribed, everyone that comments down below. I'll always reply, so make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.